Hey, I'm Amanda Brinkman, and I'm the Chief Brand Officer at Deluxe and the host of the show you're about to watch. So Deluxe started doing this series because we love small businesses. It's not just that they create jobs, we believe they have the power to bring people together. And we wanted to use what we do at Deluxe to help them succeed. Our hope has always been that entrepreneurs can watch a show and learn something that helps them. But the episodes are only a half an hour long, and we can't always show you every step of the process. So if you want to learn a little more, come check us out at deluxe.com/revolution. Your town doesn't have to win the $500,000 makeover for the Deluxe team to work with your business. What we do on the show is what we do all the time for 5.5 million small businesses across the country. We just don't always bring cameras. So remember to shop local and enjoy the show. At Deluxe, we love small businesses. We do the small business revolution because we believe that small businesses are the lifeblood of our country, of our economy, of our big cities, and certainly in our small towns. Small towns who don't just want to survive, but truly want to thrive. Consciously and intentionally work to make it a place that is open and welcome to all.
Small towns across the country are fighting for their survival with the odds stacked against them. But what happens if we join that fight? If we dedicate a little money, a lot of experience, and thousands of hours of work into one small town, focusing on the businesses at the heart of their main street. What started as an idea became a national movement with over 30,000 towns nominated for the $500,000 makeover and more than 1 million votes cast for the winner.
Hello, Searcy!
In its 4th season, the small business revolution is headed south to Searcy, Arkansas, and a new town in a new region will present a fresh set of challenges to tackle, both for the small businesses and for the community as a whole. So Amanda Brinkman and her team of marketing experts at Deluxe are going to work, and they're not alone. Renovation expert and co-host Ty Pennington will be working with the team to rehabilitate the town's buildings, while a whole cast of experts help rehabilitate its businesses. Every episode, we'll be working with a new small business to see if we can change the odds, if together we can start a revolution.
We spent most of the year in Searcy working to transform the 6 small businesses we're featuring on the show. And now with our time here drawing to a close, we're turning our attention to the town as a whole. We're trying to answer 4 big questions, and they're the same questions we ask when we're working with individual entrepreneurs. What kind of marketing and operational skills can we pass along to the town to help Searcy thrive? What renovation projects will have the biggest impact on the town's success? What potential barriers do we see that could prevent the town from continuing to grow? And how can the team at Deluxe help them define and communicate their unique brand to the world? But as we get to work, I'm struck by how far the town has already come, simply by coming together to make the most of this opportunity.
The small business revolution, it has unified our community, and it's been really important for us to have that.
Since Deluxe came into town and the small business revolution, everybody's really had sort of like a common goal and just joining forces together and going all in the same direction. You know, it's something that Searcy's needed for a long time.
People are more willing to work together on things, and the revolution's been a very big part of that over the last few months.
I can really feel the momentum, and I think if we keep making the right choices and moving forward, I think we'll be successful for the long haul.
I think we're kind of trying to find our voice as a community and discover what our community brand is, whatever that means, and pay respect to the history of the town, but also really just pave the way for what is the future and create our own history. And I think that's an exciting thing.
We want to come help you succeed, and we'll give you all the tools we have at our disposal to make that happen. But after that, it's up to you.
What happens when this is over and everyone's gone? What do we do then? We cannot let this die.
I feel everybody has the same goal. We want to see Searcy succeed. How we want it to succeed is the question.
Where will Searcy take this momentum from here? The answer to that question will ultimately dictate the impact that the small business revolution has in this town. Every time we work with a small business, Deluxe brings in an expert advisor, someone who can help point the way because they've been there before. There aren't many towns that have been where Searcy is now. In fact, there are exactly 3. And luckily, we've kept in touch. So I'm hopping a plane to Bristol Borough, Pennsylvania, meeting Searcy town leaders Matt and Amy en route. Bristol has had unbelievable success in the 2 years since they were featured on the show, and I'm hoping they'll have some wisdom to share. The real secret to the whole Small Business Revolution program is how do you build on this momentum? I think Bristol Borough has done a phenomenal job of continuing kind of with the success and the attention and just the momentum. And so I'm excited for you guys to learn from some of the things that they've put in place.
Hi, how are you? Welcome. Welcome. How are you? Pleasure to meet you.
So glad to see you.
Congratulations. We're so happy you guys are here. Welcome.
Well, there's so many people in Bristol Borough who have banded together to continue the momentum, and these are 2 of the leaders who have taken it upon themselves to really help continue to build Bristol Borough up. So we can't wait to show them around and explain some of the things that you guys have done.
Okay, let's go.
You'll be
you ready?
surprised at what you see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So this is Mill Street?
Yes, so this is Mill Street, and we're going to be taking you up through Mill Street, seeing the businesses, and introduce you to
how are you? It's great to see you again. How are you?
Good to see you.
How are you? Welcome back to
This is the man
town.
who nominated Bristol Borough.
Yeah, it is.
Craig Whitaker, nice to meet you. Welcome to Bristol.
How's it
This is
going?
so fun for you guys to meet because this is like the group who brought it home for both of your towns.
We can really appreciate what they just did because we know.
And we
know
can
what it takes.
appreciate what you are still doing.
Yeah, this is an ongoing project, for sure.
We have an item behind us in case you noticed, in case you haven't noticed. We call it our River Runner. We have a parking lot right behind the commercial district. We want to bring people up from the parking lot to the street, so we use this to do that. And the other reason is it's a novelty. It's just a cute, fun thing that people will buzz about. So why don't we take a ride? So I think one of the differences we have from Searcy is that our commercial district is very compact. We have 4 blocks on our main drag, Mill Street, and then a couple commercial blocks around the corner, and that's it. So our task is a lot easier, I think, than yours is. This is our riverfront. You know, the river sells itself. One of the challenges is things that draw people down the entire street. So I'd like to show you some of our newer businesses on the street. Across the street is Cindy's Cafe. This, of course, is Eatery. You guys are familiar with this. It opened a year ago. And this is one of our exciting new...
Oh, it's gorgeous.
This is Angelina's Bake Shop. The town was dying for a bakery. So across the street, you see Canals End Antiques. That's a new one. So we're coming up on Chuck's Barbecue. They're doing very well, very popular. Here they are. Hi, Colleen. How are you, dear? Good to see you.
When did you start all this? When did it all happen?
Well, of course, the small business revolution brought us here after everything that happened last year.
I love hearing that the energy and enthusiasm inspires more people to open up small businesses, and we want to see that happen in Searcy as well.
What's your vacancy rate?
The vacancy rate used to be as high as 40%. Right now, if you wanted to go to a realtor and say, I'd like to open a business on the street, there's only 2 properties available. So it's really had a ripple effect around town. This is the time to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
The chance that you have right now may not be there 2 years from now. This is not the end, this is the beginning. You are at your apex right now in terms of having people excited, and the challenge is to keep them excited, to keep them motivated, and to build upon that. What's your relationship with your media?
We're able to reach out, so we really do have the potential to impact the entire state with what we do in Searcy.
We have to figure out you have to figure out a strategy to keep them engaged.
Yes.
That it's not old news.
So you talked a little bit about the new businesses that you've had coming in. What have you done to keep them here?
We've done seminars on customer service, on social media. We help them build websites, and we promote so that they do have that little shot in the arm in that first year, because it's a tough year, as you know.
With everything that we do, everybody's involved. We have major festivals, June, July, August, September, along here that bring in anywhere from 500 to 10,000. We have Afro-American Day, we have Puerto Rican Day, we have Italian Day, we have Celtic Day, and then our historic Bristol Day. We do a Christmas parade.
So everybody feels like they're a part, from the different segments. Everybody can come together and kind of celebrate.
And they come from, We've had people as far as Virginia come to the doo-wop concert. We include everybody in what we're doing.
Diversity, history, and a beautiful riverfront. Bristol Borough has been so successful, partially because they've got a clear understanding of who they are and how to communicate that brand. But without the obvious natural resources or the 300-year-old buildings, Searcy will have to get a little more creative in defining what makes them unique. So we're bringing Amy and Matt to Deluxe headquarters for a brainstorm on the town's brand. And we've got a head start because Matt Faulkner's ad agency has already started working on designs for a unified town logo.
First of all, I love that already we're seeing like the more common color scheme between the primary logo and those secondary logos, and I think that's really smart. I know the AR is very meaningful to anyone in Arkansas, but any marketing that you're trying to do outside of Arkansas might not be as apparent. So just getting the word Arkansas in there would be helpful, I think.
Awesome.
So let's talk about what you want Searcy to be known for. So what are some words that you want to come to mind or emotions that you want to evoke?
I think moving forward, we like to appeal to the younger demographic and be seen as a little bit more progressive. And there's an arts movement going on right now. Yeah. And so we'd like to kind of see that in the brand as well, just kind of a nod to that.
So I think as we're working through kind of this new kind of brand, the best brands in the world are truly one part, you know, kind of exactly who they are today and kind of that aspirational feel. You want to design kind of a brand or a theme or something that kind of also encourages and pushes the community towards it. So we want to accomplish both things, both who you are today, but where you really see yourself heading. Where they've been and where they're going from here. Since we first landed in Searcy, we felt that push and pull from a community that values its traditions, but also wants to remain relevant in a quickly evolving world.
Searcy wants to grow. You have one camp that wants to be progressive. You have the other camp that wants it to grow, but they want to do it kind of how they've always done it. And so I think that internal struggle is really been evident, and I think it's growing.
We're not in Austin. Like, we're not going to be hanging rainbow flags from our windows anytime soon. We're, like, Searcy's not ready for that, at least at this point.
I think Searcy is evolving, and it's not a straight line. You know, we're not Portland, Oregon, but I wouldn't still be here after 10 years if I didn't have hope.
Change is almost always messy, particularly in a country whose strength is derived not from a single dominant culture, but from the power of its diversity. But messiness aside, the research supports those ideals. There is an increasing volume of data out there that correlates diversity with economic growth. And since we've been on the lookout for meaningful renovation projects, we might just have the perfect way to help Searcy express those ideals. Plus, this town loves its murals. I think we activate the community around, you know, really coming up with their own ideas about what does inclusiveness look like. And Deluxe will pay for the painting of the mural. We want to work with Jason White. He's such a talented local muralist.
Yeah, he's amazing.
And I think we can even offer up a little bit of a contest, a little bit, like $1,000 reward for the artist.
Fun, yeah.
We'll have the community actually vote on it and really kind of planting that flag and sending a message about how Searcy wants to be seen moving forward. We're excited about the mural and about Searcy's art scene as a whole, but I still feel like we're searching for what truly defines the town's aspirational brand. What is the best version of Searcy, the thing that makes it unique? Those questions led us to Sparrow's Promise, one of a number of local nonprofits formed in service of Searcy's unbelievably strong and accepting foster care community. Hi!
Hey!
I'm Amanda.
I'm Brandon.
It's so nice to finally meet you in person.
Nice to meet you as well.
I have read so many incredible social media posts and heard such wonderful things about what you're doing here through Sparrow's
Good,
Promise.
thank you so much. Well, let me show you around.
Okay.
So in talking with the state, with DCFS, and asking them what they needed, well, one of the things was a place to have their supervised visitation as the parents are working to hopefully get their kids back. We created this as the entryway, and as they're waiting, there's a kitchen if they, you know, want to cook a meal together or a snack or something and have that. So we have 3 visit rooms that look like this.
It feels like a home.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm in, yes, this is incredible.
We spent over a year researching what will create an environment that reduces anxiety and that will foster connection. First goal when a kid comes into care is reunification.
I think the reunification thing is fascinating because I think kids want to believe that their parents are the right people for them to be with.
And they are. They deserve to be together, and so we're going to do what we can to hopefully help that happen.
I am really moved by how many people in Searcy are foster families.
Yeah, we have a great community. I tell people all the time, it's It's the best thing that our family has ever done. Our family's a foster family, but it's also the hardest thing that we've ever done as a family. So the Safe Haven is a space where the state can bring kids immediately when they remove them from their home. They have 24/7 access to this part of the building so that they can have at least a comfortable, safe spot while they're dealing with all the stress of what's going on.
How steep is the climb for kids who enter into foster care?
The most difficult kids to find placement for starts at age 6. So 6 to 18 is the biggest need that we have. We have 100 kids in care just from White County, and we only have about 50 foster homes.
So 50% placement is actually a great statistic. So where do the other 50% go?
They go to other places across the state. They're uprooted from their schools, from their community, from their support systems, and are moved throughout the state. And that's something that weighs heavy on us. And if we can get White County's numbers so that every kid in White County gets to stay here, then we'd be thrilled.
Spending time at Sparrow's Promise is a perfect reminder of what makes Searcy special. And with the whole Small Business Revolution team arriving in town for one final push, it's just the energy boost we need for the home stretch. We're kicking things off with a town-wide marketing seminar, bringing in members of the team at Deluxe to spread their knowledge beyond the 6 businesses we got to work with throughout the summer. Though a few of them showed up as well.
What do you guys think makes great social media content? Photos.
Always think about who you're competing against, where you're competing.
And your competitor is mobile optimized, Google will rank them better than you.
While Searcy's entrepreneurs learn how to market their ideas, we're bringing someone to town who can help shine a spotlight on what's happening here in Central Arkansas. Megan Murphy. She's the executive editor at Good Housekeeping, which boasts millions of subscribers across the country. But at heart, she's still a small town girl.
Good Housekeeping is here to support Deluxe and Small Business Revolution and to feature all of the businesses that you're working with in our November issue. Like, it's all about focusing on arts and culture, because if you get that right, it just is such a draw. I truly believe that small business and small towns are the lifeblood of this country, and that if we can really focus on those businesses and help them thrive and help communities thrive, the world is going to be a way awesomer place.
After a few hours of walking around, Megan is already honing in on Searcy's commitment to public art. The 2 big renovation projects Deluxe has taken on both speak to that piece of Searcy's identity. We want these improvements to do what art does best, bring people together.
Well, I gotta say, this looks different.
Oh my gosh.
I love this. This is awesome.
Isn't that incredible?
Having these kind of places where the community can come together and intersect and interact with each other right across from Art Alley, like, this is just going to extend that great experience that you've already created, and I think kind of help propel you into the future.
It's funny how one project can start another.
Start spurring others, yeah.
And it's helping kind of solidify this as an arts district with Art Alley right across the street and now a performance space. So it's really developing this side of the square.
Love it.
And just a block away, we're extending that arts district even further. Deluxe asked the Searcy community to show us what inclusiveness meant to them, and we received more than 20 submissions for the mural contest. The town voted for Tara Peacock's winning design, and we commissioned local artist Jason White to bring that vision to life. Next up, Think Idea Studio. This is our first time working with a town leader who also happens to own an ad agency, and Matt Faulkner's team has given Searcy a huge head start on marketing the town. When we looked at your existing logos, you guys just had all these different versions of brands. So your Chamber of Commerce is using one, the Main Street Association is using one, and we see this across the country, right? And so you had Tara, one of your very talented designers here at Think, work on a new logo, and we absolutely love it.
Awesome.
It feels modern, it feels fresh.
We're super excited. This is something we've been trying to work toward for several years. So we're very excited to roll this out and show it to everybody.
Yeah, and now that we have the logo, another project that Think is taking on is the commendable task of cleaning up Searcy.com. As your team is migrating from the current Searcy.com to this new site, there are a lot of external sites that are linking to Searcy.com, and we want to make sure that we're not breaking those links or your ranking will go down. Having Think knock all of this design work out of the park has allowed the team at Deluxe to focus on building out the back end of Searcy's online infrastructure to ensure that they're showing up in search and on tourism listings like TripAdvisor. We can work with you on all those page titles and those metadata and the copy behind it. We do this for sites all the time.
Well, and having the Deluxe team to help, you bring a lot to the table because you can kind of draw from what other people have found successful in their towns.
Yeah, I think it's been a really good partnership, so. Good work. We hope the brand they're developing, built on art, togetherness, and love, can help guide the town towards a bright future. The stewardship of that brand is in Searcy's hands, because true identity always comes from within. And moving forward, no one will play a bigger role in that identity than Searcy's entrepreneurs. So while the town gets ready for the big finale event, I want to gather one last time with some special business owners who embody the best of what Searcy can be. So we just kind of wanted to hear from you guys. Tell us kind of what your experience has been.
We've come so far in just like a short amount of time, and it's good to see all of your weaknesses to where you need to grow, because sometimes being on the inside, you don't get to, you're so close to it, you can't see it.
Before the small business revolution came, I was thinking of closing the business, and everything they changed, and then it was like born again. So I really like to share this blessing to the community of Searcy too.
Always what we want to do is to be able to provide back to the community. So to be able to build a business here and then be able to provide more jobs here and like really bring like, hey, this place started in Searcy and this was home for us.
Yeah, it's such a gift, right? But a revolution doesn't happen just by 6 businesses. I mean, the revolution happens by everybody stepping forward.
I would agree. Like, this is just meant to be a catalyst for any community. It's not about the 6 businesses, it's about a rising tide lifts all boats.
There's no doubt that it's way bigger than us, and I hope the community as a whole recognize that. You know, this was the opportunity to make a difference in each other's lives, and you know, so thank you to Deluxe and for all involved.
That goes beyond even this circle to all small businesses in Searcy, that everyone, we're in a place as business owners that we can all make some sort of impact. We've had people leave us like anonymous letters, being like, I have been having a really hard time, like feeling like I didn't fit in Searcy because I was gay. And I've been having a really hard time on Sundays, and I've been really struggling, and now I come to your restaurant on Sundays, and it feels like home. And I was like, wow, that's not what we set out to be. But I definitely want it to be that we are a place where people can feel at home.
There are kids who are growing up in Searcy right now who are gay, and they are going to see that they can be business owners, that they can be welcomed, they can be accepted, they can be celebrated. And there are gonna be little girls who are gonna see that I can grow up and own my own business. It doesn't matter what my husband does, I run my business. That they can create something from nothing, that they can come from the military and open a business, that you can immigrate from another country and create something where people feel at home. You're all just so amazing. Searcy's so blessed to have this group of people here.
Every time you hear somebody else's story and how it connects with your own story, it kind of validates, hey, you know, yeah, I'm more similar to other people than I realized. The overall experience has been challenging, but man, it's been so rewarding.
The 6 businesses we got to work with over the course of the year showed courage, tenacity, and a willingness to put in more work than most people would ever dream of. In other words, they're entrepreneurs. And while none of them set out to be examples for their community, I really can't think of better ones. So it's going to be hard to say goodbye, but knowing that they're here gives me hope for Searcy's future.
Hello, Searcy! Yes! Is this great or what? Thank you to Ty, Amanda, Deluxe. You guys started a spark in this community that I have never witnessed before. Never! You made Searcy shine so bright, not just in Arkansas, across the nation. We are more united than ever. Come up here, Ty.
Hello, Searcy! And you guys know from my past, I love working in a community where people roll up their sleeves and actually get things done. And what's been really amazing is to see with Deluxe and Amanda and the whole small business revolution team, what kind of progress has happened. Give yourselves a hand, it's been amazing. And now, for the woman behind it all, Amanda Brinkman.
Well, thank you, Searcy. At Deluxe, we believe that small businesses are the lifeblood of our country, of our economy, of our big cities, and certainly in our small towns. believe that towns that truly want to thrive and push themselves forward focus on how you create a community that is open and welcome to all. And one of the things we've been so moved by in our time here is how incredibly generous and open the families of Searcy are to kids within the foster care system. I have never been to a town that has this kind of care for the children and the next generation. So I have Brandon joining me on stage. He is the executive director from Sparrow's Promise. We feel like it's really important to continue to invest in that foster system that you so lovingly support here. And so Deluxe would like to make a grant of $15,000. So thank you for everything that you do for these children. For those of you who are foster care parents in the crowd, thank you. Thank you again, Searcy. Thank you for being an unbelievable host to us. We know you're going to continue to come together as a community. We know you're going to continue to support your small businesses. We know that you're going to be intentional about making sure Searcy is a place where everyone feels welcome, seen, and heard, because Searcy is certainly poised to prove what happens when a town truly does lead with love. Searcy, Arkansas, just north of Little Rock, has a whole new look and feel. This newly revitalized community has a unified brand and story thanks to a little help from the team at Deluxe. Visit deluxe.com/revolution to see how your town could benefit from the power of rebranding.